So that's how we know when the year begins. It's agricultural through the barley harvest. When the barley has ripened and ready for harvest, then the new moon that comes after that begins the year. So, and it's easy to follow up now because of the internet. There are groups that do report when they see the barley, that the barley is ready for harvest. There are groups that do report when they see it. So right now we're in the 9th biblical month. So in about 3 months, we're going to have the feast of Passover and the feast of unleavened bread. So that's coming up. So it will be for 1 week. So if you have a job, you might want to start working with whoever is making your schedule right now, so you can get that week off, at least the first and the last of the Sabbath. So it will be the feast of unleavened bread, and it will be the one that we don't have the bread in our house, so we eat unleavened bread within that 1 week period, right after the Passover. But that's in about 3 months from now. So we could have 13 months, or we could have 12. There's nothing wrong with that, because the calendar of the Most High is not like a man-made calendar. We have no control over the calendar of the Most High. We can't control it. We just wait and use it. Just like we cannot control when the sun comes out. Nobody can decide when the sun will come out or when the sun will go down. Same thing. Nobody can decide when the month will begin. Nobody knows. Nobody has the power to do that. Biblical month, the lunar calendar, nobody has control. No human being can control when the first crescent of the moon will come out. Same thing with the barley harvest. As you see in the book of Rood, look at chapter 3, look at the book of Rood. It's only 4 chapters, so you could read the whole thing. When they came back to Jerusalem, they came back during the beginning of the year, during the barley harvest. Usually at that time, our ancestors are very busy. They are extremely busy because they don't work all the time. They only work few times in a year. Our ancestors worked few times in a year. They had so much time in their hands because they didn't have to worry about paying their rent or going to the grocery store. So they grew their own food. So during that harvest period, nothing really happens. Everybody is busy harvesting. And you can, if you want to understand what I'm talking about, go and read the book of Rood. Read the book of Rood. It's only 4 chapters. Read the book of Rood so you can see what was going on in Jerusalem at that time. She and her mother-in-law came back into Jerusalem around the time of the harvest. So everywhere we're busy. Everybody was busy. Nobody has time. Because that is only one of the few times we get to walk. Our ancestors get to walk. They didn't walk every day. That's why you go to Acts chapter 2. You see them meeting every day. They met every day at the sanctuary, at the worship center, at the temple. They met every day at the temple. Why? Because they don't have to go to work every day. They grew their food and they stored their food. So that allows them to be able to have time to serve the Most High. It's very important to understand this so that you can take any advantage you can. If you have any advantage, if you have any opportunity or advantage to put yourself into a situation where you don't have to work every day, take it. Take that advantage. Because if you do, you'll be going back to the way your ancestors used to do things, which the Most High wants us to do. So that's when the barley is ready for harvest at the beginning of the year. When that time comes, if you take your phone and you type into Google, barley harvest in Israel, If you Google it, like if you Google it right now, you're going to see a report from last year and 2 years ago and the year before that. So there are groups of people who are in our land right now. They will start walking around. In about 2 months from now, in about 2 months, by the 12th month, they start walking around in Israel. They'll go by groups. So they start searching for the barley to see if it's ready for harvest. If they see it, they take a picture and they post on the internet. So that will be in about 2 months from now. That's how you know. So you don't necessarily have to be, you can figure this thing out yourself as long as you have your phone. So you'll be able to keep up wherever you are. So in that way, you don't have to rely on anybody. In that way, you don't have to rely on me. You don't have to rely on anybody. You should be able to know how to do this. I highly recommend that you know how to do it. Always remember that at the beginning of the year, usually around March, all you have to do, use your phone and Google barley harvest in Israel 2020. Remember to put 2020 or 2021, because if you don't put a year, you're going to see a bunch of reports from different years. So in about 2 months from now, around February, March, you begin to see they have a Facebook page. It's not just one group, it's different groups, I think. So when they see that the barley is ready, they will take a picture and they will report and they will post it on the internet. Then it goes to Google. Because, like as I said, how do we know that the barley being ready begins the year? How do we know that? We know that because of Exodus chapter 9, verse 31 and 32. Exodus chapter 9, 31 and 32. That's how we know. I'm going to show you a picture of what barley looks like for those who don't know what a barley looks like. So Exodus chapter 9, verse 31 and 32. You will see that our Heavenly Father destroyed the crops of the Egyptians. Part of the things that he destroyed was their barley. The barley was part of the things that he destroyed in the land of Egypt. So their barley was ready for harvest at that time. So he destroyed their barley. So when the barley is ready for harvest, the new moon that comes after that begins the year. So Exodus chapter 9, 31 and 32. Exodus chapter 12 from verse 1. These are scriptures that deal with the beginning of the year. Oh, actually, I do have the scriptures written down here, so let me just post this. So Exodus chapter 9, 31 and 32, and Exodus chapter 12 from verse 1. Exodus chapter 12 from verse 1. And Deuteronomy chapter 16 from verse 1. These are scriptures that deals with the biblical new year. Also Exodus chapter 13 from verse 1 to 4. So it's a very good information to have because, as a Sabbath keeper, you have to know when the year begins. And the year does not begin in January. The biblical New Year begins usually in the man-made calendar. It's usually in March or April. So we usually have 12 months or we have 13 months. And that's fine. Some years we have 13 months. Why do we have 13 months sometimes? Because the barley is not ready. That crop, barley, is not ready for harvest. So there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do but to wait. Because nobody has a control over it. No human being has control over this. Nobody. Zero. No human being can control this. No human being can say, oh, the barley must be ready at this time. No, all we do is we wait, which is very interesting, because this is why I say that the calendar of the Most High is alive. The calendar of our Heavenly Father is alive. The man-made calendar is dead. The calendar of our Heavenly Father is alive. The European calendar is dead. Dead. Why do I say that their calendar is dead? It's not alive. It's like every other thing that comes from them. The medicine that the Most High gave us to use, medicine, is alive. Herbs, it's alive. It's green. It has life in it. The herbs, the medicine, according to Sirach 38 or Ecclesiasticus, that book has two names. Ecclesiasticus 38 or Sirach 38 tells you about doctor and medicine as the Most High intended. The medicine that comes from the Most High is alive. His medicine is, it's natural. Herbs, flowers, trees, fruits, vegetables. They are alive. They're not dead. They're green. That's the medicine. It's alive. The food that the Most High gave us to eat is also alive. The food that the Most High gave us to eat is alive. I ate avocado this morning. I ate apple last night. So the Most High gave us food that are alive. If you go to Genesis, it says that He gave us fruits, trees for food. We don't call those things food anymore. Now compare that to the man-made food. Their food is dead. Their tomato is in a can, and it's been around since 3 months ago. That tomato was made like 6 months ago in a factory. So they take a tomato that is alive. They take a tomato that is alive. They kill it. They preserve it. They put it in a can. Then they give it to you. Stay away from packaged food. Stay away from packaged food. Stay away from packaged food. It's not alive. That thing is destroying you. You can't get life from those food. We're supposed to get life from our food. We are supposed to get life from our food. The food that comes from the heathen, when the heathens manipulate the food, it's no longer alive. And we're supposed to get life from our food. Because we are natural, and we need that natural food to keep going. This is why the heathens are so sick today, and including us. We're very sick, because these things we're eating is destroying our internal organ. The parts of your body that are supposed to be getting that life from your food, those parts of your body are not getting those lives. This is one of the reasons why we get fat, because our body is confused. Completely confused, because we're putting in things that we shouldn't be putting in. And the Most High have looked away. He doesn't care anymore. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32. He said that he will just let us do whatever we want to do. And it's been a disaster. He actually said that I will just let you do whatever you want to do, and I will see what will be your end. I will see what will happen to you at the end. And what we're going through today is not good. So please, 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 when you go into the store and you see the canned tomatoes, leave it alone. Take the fresh ones. If you have the option of to taking something that is packaged and something that is fresh, please go for the fresh one. Because your body needs life. It gets life from what you eat. Please stop drinking apple juice, orange juice, all this juice, soda. Stop drinking these things. They're not good for your body. Your body needs the life from that water. I deliberately sought natural waters, spring waters. Not the one that they took and they filtered and they distilled. They killed these waters. I was so ignorant. I was buying alkaline water. I was drinking alkaline water. Not realizing it was a fake alkaline. They had to use a machine to make that water alkaline. But the Most High gave us a natural alkaline water. It's a spring water. Just the natural one, the one that just flow by itself, the natural one produce alkaline. But the heathens would take it and manipulate. They take whatever water they get and manipulate it and then use the machine to make it alkaline. So when you test the water, you see that water is alkaline, but it's fake alkaline. It's fake alkaline. It's not real one. Because it was manipulated to be alkaline. Man. So when I found out, I said, okay, all right. Because my body needs life. You're not going to make a magic to live to be 80, 90, 100. Whether you're going to live to be up to those years, it depends on you. You must care about your health. You don't even have a choice. You must care about your health. You must. It is irresponsible not to care for our health. And try to deny yourself food sometimes. Try it. It's actually very good for you. They call it fasting. Try to deny yourself food. It's not good to eat 3 times a day. Not good. Sometimes go once a day. Because what happens is that when you do that, your body will begin to burn the energies that were stored. You know, we've done this before. I'm not going to do it now. We're going to do it again. And when we do it again, it will be better than what we did in the past. I guarantee you, Yah's willing. Because now I can share my screen with you so I can show you some things. I want to show you what happens in your body. I want to show you things about your body that you don't even know. Things that you were not taught in school. I will show you things about your body. You know what your nose was meant for. You know what your mouth was meant for. But there are parts in your body that you don't even know what they do. Before you start putting food inside your mouth, you should understand these things. Because every part of your body was designed to accept certain food. So Yah's willing, we are definitely going to do this again about food. And I will show you some things. So that you can have a very good understanding of yourself and your body. You need life. You need life. If you look at the way we are dying today, we're dying because we are no longer... All this whole thing goes back to us not listening to the Most High. He said, learn not the ways of the heathen. Learn not the ways of the heathen. Are we listening? No. Who are the heathen? The Europeans. During the time of our ancestors, the Babylonians was the heathen. Our other ancestors, the Greeks was the heathen. The other ancestors before that, the Philistines was the heathen. The Philistines was the heathen before that. We have been told and asked to stay away from the heathen. We're not listening. This is our main problem today. We are not listening. We're not listening. Including myself, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to the Most High. And I am paying a big price because of that. You are paying a big price because of that. We have to listen. The Most High has nothing to gain when we keep the law. When you and I keep the law, the Most High doesn't gain anything. What does He gain? He doesn't gain anything. He told us to keep the law for our own good. If I keep the law, that's my gain. I am the one that gains. The Most High has nothing to gain when I keep the law. The problem is that I'm not listening. I am always trying to be like the heathen, trying to be like the Gentiles, trying to be like the heathen. How can I have life when I'm following people who don't know the person that gave life? They don't know the Most High, the author of life. They don't know Him. So how can I have life? How can I have life? I told you my story. How I used to, when I use the toilet, when I get up, there's blood. Blood. I was suffering. I was suffering medically. I was suffering. And everybody, people were like, doctor, test, doctor, test, doctor. I told them I would do it naturally. Of course, I was crazy. Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? How can I get healing? I didn't want health care. I did not want health care. I wanted healing. What I wanted was healing. Cure, not some health care system, no. Judges chapter 14. Judges chapter 14. Judges chapter 14. Judges chapter 14. Once Samson went down to Timnah, and at Timnah he saw a Philistine girl. She was not a woman. The person that Samson saw was not a woman. This was a poor translation here. She wasn't a woman. She was a girl. Because back then, they did not wait for a girl to be 23 years old and finish college and get a job after having 16 boyfriends in school before getting married. They don't do that rubbish back then. Once Samson went down to Timnah. At Timnah, he saw a Philistine girl. Verse 2. Then he came up and told his father and mother, I saw a Philistine woman at Timnah, or a Philistine girl at Timnah. Now get her for me as my wife. So he sees this girl. He goes back home. He goes back home to go ask his parents to go marry her for him. Verse 3. But his father and mother said to him, is there not a woman among your kin or among all our people that you must take a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines? But Samson said to his father, get her for me, because she pleases me. So the Philistines was the heathen, the uncircumcised Gentiles of that particular period. The Philistines was the heathen of those days. 100%, 100% exactly like the Europeans are to us today. They are the heathens of our time. The Babylonians was the heathens of Daniel's time. The Babylonians was the heathens of Daniel's time. Now, do you remember what happened when Daniel went to Babylon? He refused to eat like the Babylonians. And the Bible tells you that his body looked different. His body looked different. What does that mean? Because when you eat the food of the heathen, your body will begin to deteriorate. This is the reason why you see a Gentile who is 35 years old. He looks like he is 60 years old. But he's only 35. You see a Gentile who is like 18. She looks like she's 48 years old. And the same thing is beginning to happen to us. I showed you that news report. I think that girl was 6 years old. And she was already beginning to grow breast. You saw that news report. I showed it to you here. So what's happening to these young people is that they're beginning to develop breast and develop hair in their vagina at that age. And in that same news report that I showed you, they told you, not me, no, not me. They told you the reason why. It was the chemicals. So what happened is that these chemicals in this food deteriorates our body and make us to grow faster. And when you grow faster, you die faster. That is why we need the life we get from those food that the Most High gave us. Everything operates normally. I only drink water now. I only drink water. And I don't just drink any water. I make sure it's natural water. I make sure it's real water, not the manipulated one. These cheap water you buy, like bottled water, those cheap bottled water, stop drinking that nonsense. Don't just take any water you see and drink. Don't be irresponsible with your life and your health. And then when you get sick, then now you are angry at the Most High for not healing you because you started keeping Sabbath last year and you're wearing your fringes. So therefore, the Most High has to heal you. And if he doesn't heal you, then he is not a good God. My people perish for lack of knowledge. And that's all we know. We don't know the other ones that come after that part. Because you have rejected my law, I will also reject you and your children. We are the children of the people that he was talking to. The Most High wasn't talking to us. That book of Hosea wasn't written to you. It was written to your ancestors. And we are the descendant of those that he was talking to. And today the Most High have abandoned us. When I tell people this on the street, when I'm having conversation with somebody and I tell them that God has abandoned us, I know it sounds crazy to them, but he has. We have to acknowledge that truth. Because the reason why we don't want to acknowledge it is that if we acknowledge that the Most High is no longer dealing with us, that he abandoned us, when we acknowledge that, then we have to ask ourselves a question. Brother, could you read that scripture for me? I will go away until what? Could you read that, Brother Linwood? So we have to understand that the Most High have abandoned us because a lot of things that he was seeing, he didn't like it. And the things that we were doing, he did not like. The Most High is not happy when we're messing with our body, when we don't care about our body. We have to have the mentality of Daniel. He refused to eat like the Babylonians. And the result, after some time, they saw the result. The result was very clear.
I'm ready.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Hosea chapter 5:15. Hallelujah. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Thank you. See, we don't want to acknowledge that the Most High has abandoned us. He has abandoned us. Because if we acknowledge it, then we will have to seek his face. And seeking his face means a lot of things. You're going to have to lose some friends. Because there are friends that will no longer want to deal with you because your behavior have changed. Your mentality have changed. Your thinking have changed. Your dressings have changed. Your style of eating have changed. Most of us do not want to seek the face of the Most High because seeking his face requires complete repentance. We don't want to do that. So when you decide to do it, a lot of people will not want to continue with you. Family members. So don't assume that everything is good. Everything is not good. Our Heavenly Father is not happy with us right now. He's not. He is not happy. He is not with us. Not happy. Because we have to be we need to be in a certain level. And we're not there yet. That is why we have to hold on to the law, because keeping the law is what brings us to that level that the Most High wants us to be. Like he says in Leviticus chapter 18. Leviticus 18, 1-5. Leviticus 18. Do not act the way the way the Egyptians act where you came from. Don't act like the Egyptians where you came from. And don't act like the Canaanites where you're going. You have to eat like a stranger. You have to eat like Daniel when he was in Babylon. He refused to eat what they were eating. If you look at the book of Daniel, he was eating natural, like natural stuff, green things, and it's okay to buy rice and cook it yourself. It's okay to buy beans and cook it yourself. There's so much food that the Most High gave us we can eat. So many of them. You must break the habit of going to buy hamburger, pizza, fried chicken, soda. You must break that habit. Because there's no life in those food. There's no life in a pizza. There's no life in it. It's a dead food. All these Gentile food are dead food. They're all dead. You know what is a live food? Apples and oranges, the rice that you cooked yourself, yam, and all these things. When you buy your meat, go to a store, make sure you buy a fresh meat. Don't buy a meat that they put in a fridge for the past 3 months or something. Buy a fresh meat. Meat is good too. Don't be one of those people that say they don't eat meat. Because you need meat. Your bones need meat. If you don't believe me, go to YouTube and type in dangers of veganism. Dangers or danger of veganism. And you will see stories from different people. People that have been vegans for 20 years. They've been vegans for years. They stop eating meat. Then their bones begin to break. Any little fall or accident you have, your bone will break. Your teeth. Because you need the vitamins. You need the life that comes from the food. You need that life that comes from the grass. The grass that the cow was eating. The grass that the goat was eating. There's life that comes from that grass. That grass comes from the ground. It draws life from the ground and goes inside the goat. And the goat will digest it and the whole thing goes inside the goat. And when you eat the goat or the cow, it goes into you. You need meat. In Deuteronomy chapter 12, the Most High said, if you want to eat meat, go ahead. He said, for those that want to eat meat, enjoy your meat. Just make sure that you don't sacrifice it. We're not allowed to make sacrifice anywhere we see. The only place we can make sacrifice is in the land of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 12. So he said, if you want to kill goat by yourself and eat it, fine, go ahead. If I invite you right now for a feast, there must be a goat. I must kill a goat, at least, to make sure there's meat, like our ancestors do. So the idea that you don't eat meat, some people don't eat meat. This is a Gentile idea. Veganism. It's a Gentile idea. Some people don't eat meat, but they only eat it during the Passover. And they don't. No, that's foolish. You need the nutrients that you get from the meat. But don't eat meat every day. I don't eat meat every day. I eat meat like once a month or something like that. You must deliberately avoid eating meat every day. Maybe like once every 2 weeks. So when you cook what you cook, intentionally make sure that, okay, we're going to be using meat on so food. It's not good to eat meat every day. We do eat meat every day now. That's not good. Our ancestor, your ancestor, did not eat meat every day. They only ate meat occasionally when there's a sacrifice, when there's some occasion. A woman gives birth or something. Occasion, they eat meat occasionally. Fish, they ate every day. They were fishermen. Fish is fine. Fish is okay because of the nature of fish. But meat, even though meat is good, if you're eating meat every day, you will die of some disease or another, because it's not good to eat all the time. You need to respect your body. Give your body a break. Don't be abusing your body. We focus so much on abuse. You know, like somebody like me. Someone like me, because of the way I talk, I am an abuser. Verbal abuse. We focus on all this Western European rubbish, and we completely ignore what we should be focusing on. We should focus on the abuse we give to our body. You're there focusing on somebody abusing you, and you forget the abuse you're doing to your body. When you put a soda in your mouth, you're abusing your body. When you eat a packaged food, you're abusing your body. And that does much more damage than to any abuse anybody can give you. So meat is occasional. Your ancestors throughout the scriptures, you will see that they only eat meat occasionally, during events, on occasions. That's only when they eat meat. Not every day. No, that's not good. That is not good to eat meat every day. So don't avoid eating meat. You have to eat meat. It's good to eat meat, but not every day. You have to balance these things out, or else you will not be able to get the life that you need from these things. We get our life from what the Most High created. That's how we get our life. When you ignore them, you will not have life. You are not going to have life. You're not going to have life by eating a cow that they have force-fed corn, GMO corn. GMO corn. You're not going to have life, because these cows were supposed to eat. They were supposed to eat grass. These cows are supposed to eat grass. And there's life in that grass. That's why it's green. The grass is green. There's life in it. The cow will eat them. And the cow stays alive because of the life in the grass. And then you will then eat the cow. And you also get the life. You see how it goes like a cycle? But the heathen, the Europeans, the seed of Satan will find one way or the other to alter these things. This is why we're so sick, and you have not seen anything yet. You haven't seen anything yet. When it comes to disease, this is just the beginning. People are surprised that girls 6 years old are developing breast. You haven't seen anything yet. Because we are not even realizing that there's a problem. So disease and all these issues are going to keep on increasing. If you change your way now, you will get at least 10 to 20 years more of life. Life. Life is not in the food of the Gentiles. That's why Daniel avoided it. He refused. And Daniel was eating natural greenish things. That's where life is. Those who are of the Most High, they will seek out things that have life in them. They will seek them out. Today is the Sabbath. Yesterday, I made sure I had avocado, orange, apples. I think I have mangoes. I may even be forgetting something else. Oh, peanuts. And I don't just buy any peanut. I pay more for the peanut. Why? Well, all peanuts are not the same. The peanut I buy is very expensive. Very expensive. There are peanuts that are much more cheaper. Now, let me tell you something about peanut. And you probably will not eat peanut the same way you used to eat peanut again. So, the peanut I buy, it took me a while to find a peanut like that. What happened? Why is it a different peanut? Because they use oil to prepare this peanut. They use oil. They include oil. Before you buy a peanut, make sure that that peanut was not roasted with canola oil or vegetable oil or soybean oil. Stay away from them. If it doesn't have any label that tells you that it was roasted with this oil, leave it alone completely. About 93% of the soybean oil, is genetically modified. Look into it. So most of the soybean oil around today is genetically modified. And the soybean industry will then take their chaff after they squeeze the soybean, after they squeeze it to get the oil out. They will now take the chaff and sell the chaff to the poultry industry, those that raise chicken. This is why when you go to the store, a complete chicken is so cheap, very cheap. And you're asking yourself, how is this possible? How can this chicken be so cheap? How are they making profit? Because the poultry industry buys their feed from the soybean industry. And they get those feed for cheap. So these are genetically modified soybeans. Not real one. It's been altered. They squeeze the oil out. They sell the chaff to the poultry industry. And they take it and feed the chickens. If you go inside the store today, most of the things you will see in the store has canola oil or soybean oil. Canola oil, soybean oil. Canola oil, soybean oil. Now, the most deceptive one they have, vegetable oil. That's a lie. There's nothing like vegetable oil. That's just a name that they gave it. Vegetable oil. It's like when you see natural flavor on the label. Natural flavor. Stay away. Oh my goodness. See, you don't understand why I hate the heathens. Some of you are still wondering, why do I hate the Europeans so much? It's because of stuff like this. You pick up something. It says natural flavor. What does that mean? When they put natural flavor, that's because they don't want to tell you what's behind it. So they put something that they know that if you find out what that thing is, you will not buy that thing. So what do? They say natural flavor. Think of, I just want you to think. Natural flavor. What does that mean? It means nothing. Natural flavor. That's a word or a phrase from Satan. That's a deceptive phrase. Natural flavor. Doesn't mean anything. It can mean anything. Natural flavor. Because they don't want you to know what they actually have there. They require themselves to put label. But they also figure out ways to alter the label. Natural flavor. What does that mean? It could mean anything. The reason why they put that thing there is to trick you. Because once you see the word natural, natural? Good, I want natural. It says natural. Natural flavor. What is flavor? Flavor can mean anything. If you bend down and take a sand from the ground and put it in your mouth, it has flavor. The toilet, the waste that comes out of your body is natural. Does that mean that we should eat it? The urine, your pee, your urine, when you urinate, that's natural. Isn't that natural? That's natural. The waste that comes out of your body is natural. And it does have flavor. Is that okay to eat it because it's natural flavor? So when I describe my hatred towards these people, you don't understand why. It's to protect you from untimely death. They're here to enable you to destroy yourself. And they're here to enable you not to see the gate of kingdom of heaven. Natural flavor. Vegetable oil. What does that mean? Vegetable oil. It's exactly the same trick. It's a trick. The same trick that they use with natural flavor. Vegetable oil. These people are the seed of Satan. Vegetable oil. And you're grabbing it. You're grabbing it. It's vegetable. I'm supposed to eat vegetable. Vegetable oil. Doesn't mean anything. Vegetable does not produce oil. But it's a tricky word. It's a tricky phrase. Designed to trick you. Because they know that if you find out what that thing really is, you're not going to buy it. They know that you won't. That's why they come up with all these phrases. Vegetable oil, natural flavor. Another wicked one is Diet Coke. Diet Coke. And all of a sudden, you stop drinking Coke. You start drinking the Diet Coke. Did you know that the Diet Coke is even worse? Did you know that? Diet Coke is even worse because Diet Coke has aspartame, a chemical called aspartame. So what they were doing is that they used to add natural sugar on the regular Coke, but it still makes you fat. You shouldn't be drinking Coke at all. So what do? They decided to remove that natural sugar and then put a synthetic sugar, aspartame. Aspartame is a synthetic sugar. If you put it in your mouth, it tastes like sugar. It looks like sugar. It tastes like sugar, but it's not a real sugar. It's a synthetic sugar, man-made sugar. That's what they are now adding into Diet Coke. I guarantee you, if you see a Diet Coke in a store, take it out and look at the label. You see aspartame there. So they say, sugar-free. It's sugar-free. So now you can drink it because it's sugar-free. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is good. Now I can enjoy my Coke. I know because I used to do it. And then they write sugar-free. And you're drinking that rubbish. You have no idea. Now you have gone from fry pan to fire. You have your phone and you have YouTube. Go and look into these things and see if it's true. Look into these things and see if it's true. The Diet Coke is worse than the regular Coke. It's worse because it has aspartame. The regular Coke is bad for you. Now they now trick you. Now they're giving you something even worse with the message that this is good for you. Who is doing these things? The Chinese? The Asians? The Arabs? The Africans? The Latinos? No. It's the Europeans. You shouldn't be drinking Coke at all. Stay away from all Coke, all man-made drinks, including their wine. Their wine is fake wine. Your ancestor wasn't drinking red wine. Your ancestors was drinking palm wine. Palm wine. 100% natural. From palm trees. That's what your ancestors was drinking. Palm wine. So don't be fooled. Don't be tricked by these seeds of Satan. That gives you the impression, wine. Drinking man-made wine. These things are slowly destroying your kidney. Your kidney. I told you that I saw some videos from a hospital called the Mayo Clinic. It looks like they are a very prominent hospital. They are like a big hospital. And they have all these doctors. And they were explaining that they are surprised. They are shocked. They are surprised by the amount of young people that they see. The amount of young people that they see with kidney disease. They say that they were surprised by the amount of young people that they see with kidney disease. And I was watching that video, and then because I was like, okay, I know what's causing kidney disease. I know. I am not a doctor. Anybody that understands how the human body works, and you must understand how your body works. We're going to go through it. Just give me some time. We're going to, so you can understand what your body does, how your body functions. Anybody that knows how the human body works knows what's causing kidney disease. So these so-called doctors were saying, oh, we are seeing a lot of young people with kidney stones. Kidney stone is when you begin to develop stones in your kidney. It's called kidney stones. When you begin to develop stones. So what does that mean? Where does the stone come from? And these people who call themselves doctors, these so-called doctors, they actually said that they don't know what's causing kidney stone. They actually said that. They said that they don't know what is causing kidney stone. But then they said, oh, we are here to help you. You know, we are here to take care of your caring. Okay, you don't know what is causing kidney stone. You do not know what is causing kidney stone. But you're here to help us care for our health, right? You bunch of seed of Satan. Can't wait for the Most High to put you in your place. They said that they don't know what is causing kidney stone. That's what they said. They have no idea what is causing kidney stone. But they are there to help you. What is causing kidney stone? Why are there so many young people right now developing kidney stone? The answer is very simple. Because your kidney processes the liquid, your blood and all the liquid. The kidney is like the filter in your body. So the kidney was designed to handle natural things like water. If you're drinking only water, you can live to be 100 years old and nothing will happen to your kidney. Because what's going through the kidney is natural. But once you start drinking wine, apple juice, orange juice, all this rubbish, once you start eating these things, your kidney is confused because it's a filter. Imagine taking oil, motor oil, and you put motor oil inside water filter. Say, for example, you have a tank of water. A tank of water, right? But then there's a filter between the tank and the tap where you get the water. You have a filter. And the water has to go from the tank and go through the filter. That filter was designed to filter water. If you start putting motor oil, engine oil inside that tank, there's going to be a problem in the filter because the filter was not designed to be an oil filter. If you take fuel or motor oil and you pour it inside the fuel tank of your car, there will be a problem with the fuel filter. Because the fuel filter was only designed to take care of to filter fuel, not engine oil. That's what you're doing to yourself when you drink all these things. That's why young people are now developing kidney stones. But the people that you trust, the heathen, the seed of Satan, the Europeans, are telling you that they don't know what's causing kidney stone. I was furious. I was angry when they said this. Really? You're a doctor and you actually say you don't know what's causing kidney stone? It's very obvious. The kidney is processing what it's not supposed to process. As a result of that, debris, junk, debris will begin to develop in the kidney. How do you stop it? You stop putting that junk inside your body. And then eventually the debris and the junk will begin to go away, depending on how much damage that you did. I keep speaking against apple juice and orange juice. Why? Because it's not natural. If you go to the store and you pick up orange juice, it's going to say natural. It is not. You see, natural for the heathens is not what natural is. When they say natural, they're not saying what you're thinking. That is their own version of natural. Natural flavor. Natural orange juice. Write this down. And you can go watch it later. How premium orange juice is made. CBC. How premium orange juice is made. CBC. That video is from the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC. They made that video. The national television station in Canada made that video. It's about 20-something minutes, about 16 or 23 minutes long. And what they did is that they show you how these people make orange juice. After you watch that video, you will not drink orange juice again. Because even your orange juice that you buy from the store, you see that smell that it has? It's not a natural smell. They put perfume. They put cologne. They contract people that make perfumes to make scent that smells like orange. And then they will pour it inside the orange to make it smell like that. And when they collect all these oranges, they squeeze them and then they store them in a tank. Sometimes it lasts from 6 to 1 year in a tank. They collect during the seasonal thing, because orange is seasonal. Orange is not always around. So during the season, when they harvest orange, they harvest a lot and they squeeze them. All the juice that comes out will be stored in a tank. Sometimes 6 to 1 year is still in the tank. Huge tank, big tank, and you see that tank. Big, very big tank. That's where they store the orange. But then the orange will spoil within 2 or 3 days. It spoils. So they will just be taking the liquid from the tank and then they will manipulate it and process it, but it doesn't smell good. So now they put perfume to make it smell like orange. They do all these things and they package it and then they give it to you and say 100% natural orange. And you wonder why I was so sick. I love orange. I bought orange yesterday. If you like to drink orange juice, then make your own orange juice. We're supposed to get life from what we eat. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. Like, for example, that orange juice that they will store and then slowly be, this is why whenever you go to the store, there's orange juice in the store. Any month you go to the store, there's always orange juice. How do they get to do that? Naturally, that's impossible. You cannot have orange all year round. It's impossible. Orange is seasonal. So what they do is that during the season, they will get enough orange and then they will squeeze it and store it. Store the liquid. That's why you go to the store at any month. There's always orange juice there. But that orange juice is from like 6 months ago. 6, 7, sometimes 1 year ago. That thing is chemical. That's horrible for your body. You don't want to drink an orange juice that was harvested 1 year ago. You don't want to drink that. But that's the kind of orange juice that are available. Please stop drinking those things. Not good for your health. Not good. Check out the video. How premium orange juice is made from CBC. They will give you a very detailed information. It's amazing that a video like that can come from the hidden. And I like it when they expose themselves. That video, almost more than 1 year, almost 2 years ago, since I saw that video, I think it has about 22 million at that time. I'm sure now you will have like 40 million views already. Because they show you a very detailed information of how they make these oranges. And by the time you finish watching that video, you will not taste orange juice again from the store. No. We need life. And life will not come down from heaven. The Most High has already put life in the things that He gave us. We just have to need to get it and put the life inside our body. Sometimes, please, sometimes let whatever you like, apple, oranges, pineapple, let that be your food. So sometimes, at least if possible, I don't know if you can do, like maybe once a day, let your food be either only apples or only oranges. Example, sometimes my food is just cashews and banana. Oh, let me finish what I was telling you about peanut. Very important. So the reason why I pay a lot for peanut is because they are using most of the peanut you see in the store was roasted. It was roasted with canola oil or soybean oil. Canola oil was developed in Canada by a scientist. You can just write down the history of canola oil and Google it. If you notice, if you pay attention, you will notice that the oil that the Most High gave us is usually not the same as the oil that the heathens are promoting and they're eating today. Their oils are mostly seed oil. But when you look at the oil that the Most High gave us to eat, it's different. Example, palm oil. Palm oil is the Most High specifically designed it to be oil. Palm oil. Palm oil. Palm oil is an oil authorized by the Most High, created by the Most High to be 100% oil. So palm tree has 3 functions. Actually, a little bit more. But let me tell you the 4 major functions of a palm tree. The Most High created a palm tree to produce palm oil. 1. 2, to produce palm wine. Look at the way that palm wine comes out of the palm tree. 100% natural. All you have to do is to dig a hole on a palm tree and put your gallon. Every morning, you go and bring down the gallon. There's palm wine inside the gallon. Where does the palm wine come from? From the ground. It's amazing. So palm tree, the second purpose of palm tree is for our wine to come from palm tree. Second purpose. The third purpose of a palm tree is for you to use the leaves, the branches to build a house. The branches are used to build houses. That's the third function of a palm tree. The chaff that you get after you squeeze the palm oil, when you squeeze when you get when you cut down the fruit of that comes from the palm tree, when you cut it down, it's all red. Once it turns red, then it's ready. Once you see that it's red, it's ready. So when you process it and get the oil out and squeeze the oil out, you get your palm oil. That chaff is now used to make, it produces for natural lamp that you used to see, like a flashlight, like a lamp. Then of course the goat will also eat the branches of the palm tree. So palm oil is the oil that the Most High ordained, and you should look for it. That's the real oil, followed by coconut oil. Coconut oil is natural too. But the thing with coconut oil is that you have to be careful not to heat it up too much. That's the only problem with coconut oil. You must be careful not to heat it up too much, because the more you heat the coconut oil up, the more you heat it up, the more you damage the nutrients that you need. If you can get oil out of avocado oil is good too. Now, one of the things I find fascinating is how the heathen are using seed oil, soya bean oil, canola oil, all this seed oil, that they have to now go through this process and use a chemical to squeeze out the oil from the seed. Most of the oil that the Gentiles are eating are seed oil. It's very laborious trying to squeeze out this oil from those seed. So they don't do it. They do it. They use chemical to extract the oil out. That's why when you're buying some things, it will tell you that you see on the label, they will be telling you that, oh, you need to buy this one, because they did not use that chemical to extract the oil. They extracted it naturally. So try to stick with those natural oil like palm oil, because they are the real oil. And you can find it in a grocery store, like African store or Caribbean store, for those who are in America or Europe. These things are alive. My brothers and sisters, things are going to get worse. We're going to get sicker and sicker and sicker. Our life span is going to keep on decreasing. So try to peanut. So the peanut that I buy, they use granite oil. They use peanut oil to roast that peanut. They use peanut oil to roast the peanut. And that's why I buy it. Because peanut oil is fine. We call it granite oil in Africa. Granite oil is fine. Peanut oil is fine. Those who are of the Most High will seek out natural things of the Most High. Those who are of Satan will not like natural things because they don't like the Most High. They don't acknowledge the Most High. That was basically what Daniel was doing in Babylon. He would rather eat natural things. So sometimes have banana and peanut or banana and cashew. Let that be your food for that afternoon. Or let that be your food for that evening. By the time you eat 6, 7, 8 bananas with peanut or with cashew, your stomach will be filled. Your stomach will be full. So during the Sabbath, I like to have stuff like that. You don't have to cook it. I like to have orange, banana, stuff, mainly orange, avocado, things like that. They can last for 2 days. You don't have to cook them. But I use them for food. Once I start eating, by the time I eat the 5th, the 6th, the 7th banana mixed with cashew or peanut, by the time I get to the 7th or 8th, my stomach is full. My stomach will be full. So hunger is gone. I don't have to worry about food, anytime around that time again. But this banana and cashew or peanut, they will make you fat. It's natural. And your body will be happy. Because these things are alive. And the life was supposed to transfer into you when you eat them. The Most High, what did He tell us about meat for the Passover or for the sacrifice? Eat the meat that day. The next day, make sure that nothing is left by the 3rd day. Throw it away. Don't eat them. The Most High told us when we have meat, eat that meat that day and the next day. By the time you get to the 3rd day, throw it away. Because the life is supposed to go inside your body when you eat it. Your food is supposed to be alive. We're supposed to eat food that are alive. This is one of the main reasons we are very, very diseased out. Coupled with the fact that the Most High told us in Deuteronomy chapter 28 from verse 58, Deuteronomy 28 from verse 58, He said that He will send us disease. He will send us disease. I was eating a lot of Chinese food. Chinese food is dead. Their so-called Chinese food is dead. I was eating a lot of fried chicken. Fried chicken is dead. Why is it dead? Fried chicken is dead because, first of all, the chicken has been manipulated to grow very fast. They make the chicken grow very fast. And then the chicken was killed like 3 months, 2 months ago and was put in freezer in order to be distributed to the stores. The chicken was dead like 2 months ago. From the farm, from the chicken, from the poultry, the slaughter, to the companies that will sell it to you. And they store them in fridge. Then they use these dangerous oils, like canola oil and the other oil, to fry this chicken. To fry it. Plus all the other chemicals, like monosodium glutamate, MSG, that they have to add in to make it taste good. The whole thing is dead. There's no life in that chicken. There's no life in these things. We go from month to month, 1 month, 2 months, and we hardly eat anything that has life in it. We keep eating, but we're eating dead food. Dead food. How can you have life? Sometimes I start looking at the sun. Sometimes I sit and I open my eyes trying to look at the sun. It's hard to look at the sun, so I'll just look, make sure my eyes are open to get that sun to go into my eyes. Sometimes I make sure that the sun is hitting my body. This is how you draw life. You draw life from the sun. Sometimes when you are in a safe place, there's no bottle, there's no nails or bottles. Take off your shoe and stand on the ground. Just stand. I'm not talking about dry ground. I'm talking about just the natural ground. Just stand with no shoe. Stand there. Your body is drawing life from the ground. Most of you will not take this seriously. Why? Because I'm the one saying it. If a white man is telling you this, your mouth will be open. And you'll be listening and you will do it because a white man said so. If a Hebrew says it, oh, he's a lunatic. He hates white people. Stop wearing shoe all the time. It's not good to be covering your leg all the time. Start buying sandals. Sandals. Your ancestors, look at the Bible. Your ancestors, they were wearing sandals. You think that they couldn't make shoe? Do you think that they couldn't make shoe? They could have made a shoe with an animal leather, animal skin. They could have made shoe. But they were using animal leather to make sandals. Because your feet is a very important part of your body. Your feet, your leg, your feet. Very important. This is why when you get cold, you're mainly cold on your arm and on your feet. When you are in a cold environment, your feet and your arm is where the cold go in from. The idea of taking your feet and putting it inside a shoe, you wear a stocking and then use a shoe that covers your whole feet and you walk around all day. That's not good. That is unhealthy. That is unhealthy. You know, like how they're telling you to cover your nose right now, which is a punishment on them. It's a punishment on them from the Most High. Because this is, right now, people are developing lung disease. Right now. Oh, it will not be a problem right now. Not right now. Watch in 5-6 years from now. People are developing lung disease worldwide. But again, you will not believe it because I'm saying it. The most dumbest and the most stupidest and the most dangerous medical advice that has ever been given in the history of mankind is for you to cover your nose. It's like telling everybody that has a car to cover their exhaust. Your nose is the exhaust of your body. Your nose is the exhaust of your body. What do you think will happen to a car when you cover the exhaust? I've already told you how to deal with that. Either you buy a face covering or you put a mask on your face and don't cover your nose. Let it be all only on towards, people do it. Sometimes people do it. I do it. The idea of wearing shoe is a Western idea. The idea of covering your leg is a Western idea. You don't understand how stupid these people are. And the Most High described it in the book of Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1. The Most High talked about how we are going to be destroyed because we're following the hidden. We're following the success of the foolish. The fake success of the foolish. The turning away. We're going to follow those that turn away from Him. And it will be a destruction for us. Your ancestors could have made shoes if they wanted to. Look throughout the Bible. Yeshua wearing sandals. The prophet wearing sandals. Moshe sandals. What was he asked to take off from his leg? Take off that thing from your leg. You're standing on the holy ground. What was that thing? A shoe? No. It's a sandals. They were in a place where there was, you don't have the situation you have today. They were in the wilderness. They were in the bushes. And yet they wore sandals. In their situation, they could have been wearing a shoe to prevent themselves from stepping on something that is sharp, or stepping on a snake, or stepping on something that will hurt them. And yet they wore sandals. They had every reason to wear a shoe, but they did not. They wore sandals. It's unhealthy to be covering your leg all the time with a shoe. That's not healthy. Your body, your leg, your feet needs to be empty. Your feet needs to breathe. Your feet needs to breathe. Can't even remember the last time I wore shoe. I have a lot of shoes. And when I found out about this, I was not happy. I know that this is the truth, but I was not happy. Honestly, I have all these nice shoes. I have a lot of shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. That's why I wasn't happy. Because I really want to continue wearing my shoes. I really want to continue wearing my shoes. I have a lot of nice shoes. I used to chase women a lot. So I really, really took care of myself, the way I dressed. I didn't play with the way I dressed. I have a lot of clothes. Somebody told me one time, he thought I was a lawyer. In the man-made system. So all these shoes, what am I going to do? But at the same time, I know it's unhealthy. So I could either look good now and die soon, before my time, or not look good and be healthy. It's a choice. So from that point on, whenever I buy a shoe now, I buy shoes that are open. Now I have sandals. I have many sandals and shoes that you just put your leg. So from the time I knew this, I did not learn this thing in a school. I didn't learn this thing from, it's just, again, when you start keeping the law, they must start opening your eyes. And he's opening your eyes right now. But you're not going to take it seriously because it's not coming from a white man. We have been conditioned that you believe whatever they say. But now we're suffering because we're listening to what they're saying. They don't know anything. Europeans don't know anything. They don't know anything. They're fools. And the Most High made them that way. And they warned us not to follow them. If you follow them, you will die in their foolishness. Proverbs chapter 1. From verse 20. So from that moment on, I started buying natural, buying open shoes. I still buy shoes. I still buy sandals. I still buy shoes. But when I buy shoes, I buy the ones that are open. Open shoes, open sandals, so I can breathe. I have a lot of sandals right now. So you might find yourself in a situation where you have to wear shoe. Well, any opportunity you get, take it off. Now, during cold season, yeah, it's okay to cover your leg because temperature is cold. It's okay to cover your leg in that situation. During cold, it's okay to cover your leg. But the idea of wearing shoe all the time, that idea, you were born and everybody was already doing it. That's why you do it. That's why I do it. The things that we consider to be normal, all these things that we do, the way we eat, the way we live, these things that we do them because that's what everybody did. That's what everybody is doing. So they are normal to us. And we do it because everybody else is doing it. I want to show you. That's a shoe I bought some time ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago or so, or a month ago. You see how open it is? See how open that shoe is? Now, this right here is, even though it has these things, but it's still very important for you to not wear shoe all the time. Even this one is not even very good. This shoe is not that good. It's still important for you to try to, they call it grounding. There's something called grounding. You know, when you stand on a ground, to stand on a ground with no shoes on, you need that life from the ground. You need that life. Modern lifestyle separates us from nature. Modern lifestyle separates us from nature. When you live a modern lifestyle, when you live in the city, that person is more likely to die before their time. Modern lifestyle separates us from nature and the Most High created nature. We will not be able to survive without nature. The Most High created us and also created nature. We cannot do without nature. What is nature? The trees, the sun, the moon, the food, the ground, the drinking water. These are nature. There is nothing like a mother nature. That is a Gentile belief. That is a heathenish belief. There's nothing like mother nature. Nature has no mother. Nature has a creator. And the same creator that created nature created us. There's nothing like a mother nature. Western lifestyle is not natural. We have to learn how to start going backwards, away from Western lifestyle, away from modern lifestyle. And that applies to everything. Look at the clothes we wear. When is the last time you check the clothes you wear? You're supposed to check the labels. Make sure that your clothes are cotton, either cotton or wool or linen. The modern material they are using to make clothes today is made of polyester. It's synthetic. Polyester is a synthetic material. When you wear a polyester and then you try to take it off, if you pay attention, it's sparking. You hear sounds of sparks, like electric sparks. If you are in the dark, you can actually see some sparks when you're taking off that cloth, because it's not natural, it's uncomfortable. Completely uncomfortable. So even if you're going to wear a polyester, make sure you wear a shirt inside that is a cotton shirt, so you can cover your body with the cotton and then put on the polyester, just in case if you have to wear a polyester material. If you are a man, make sure you do not wear boxers or underwear of polyester. If you're a man, don't do it. Polyester material, which is most clothes that we wear today, is made of polyester. You can Google, where does polyester come from? It's a synthetic material, digged out. It's a petroleum material, like the same product, like a petroleum material, like fuel. That's why it sparks. That's why your clothes spark sometimes. Polyester is a synthetic petroleum material. Not supposed to be worn in your body. Not good for your body. So if you're a man, especially make sure that the underwears, your boxers, your shorts, your pant, whatever you wear inside, make sure that it's not synthetic. Make sure you buy things that are like cotton. Cotton is natural. If you have synthetic shirt and clothes, then wear a cotton shirt inside before you put on the polyester. Again, to protect your body. Your body needs life. And the Most High gave us natural things. That is what we're supposed to get, life. We're eating dead food. We're wearing dead clothes. Synthetic material. We cover our legs most of the time with shoes. Your body cannot breathe. Now they're making you cover your nose. They've already gotten the women to start covering their vagina with jeans. Can you see what is happening here? Get you to always cover your legs. Get you to cover your body with synthetic material. Because with cotton, I'm wearing a cotton right now. Cotton is natural. Air can easily go through cottons. When you wear a cotton material, it's natural. And air can easily go in. And your body knows this. My body knows this material. Why does my body know this material, cotton? Because my body is natural. And this thing is cotton, natural too. So my body has no problem with this. My body, that's why it's so comfortable. My body recognizes this. But my body does not recognize the polyester. sometimes I touch a polyester cloth, then I touch like a washing machine. I feel electric shock. Yes. A polyester material is a dead material. It's synthetic. That's not what I'm saying. Go look at how it's made. It's a synthetic petroleum material. Most of the clothes you wear today is made of polyester. Your body does not recognize it. That's why your body reacts the way it's reacting. It's not natural. So you use something that is not natural to cover your body. You cover your legs. If you are a woman, you're wearing a jeans, you're covering your vagina. Now they're telling you to cover your nose. And soon they will tell you to cover your eyes too. A woman is supposed to wear a dress. Your private part is not supposed to be covered with a jeans. Your private part needs to breathe. A man is not supposed to be wearing a synthetic polyester material in your short. Most of your shorts today is synthetic. I know because I'm a man. I had to specifically go to the market and specifically buy cotton underwears, boxes like short knickers. I bought about 5 or something. Specifically bought a cotton. Because once you put cotton in your body knows. Your body recognizes it. Like when you put a gasoline in a car, the car recognizes it and the car will drive. Our body doesn't want tight clothes. Our body wants loose clothes to allow air to flow through. Allow air to go through. And then allow the gas coming out to come out because your body is open. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of holes. You know that our body have holes? That's why when you sweat, where do you think the sweat is coming from? It's coming from your body. Your body has holes and gas is coming out. That's why when you're feeling cold and you cover yourself very well, you get warm because these gases are coming out. There's a constant gas. You can see it. You will not be able to see with your naked eyes. There's gas coming out of your body right now. There's gas coming out of your body right now. That's why you start sweating. If you are in a place where you don't have enough air, start sweating. "24 hours a day, there's gas coming out of your body. You put on a synthetic short knicker, a synthetic trouser, a synthetic socks, and then you cover your leg with shoe. Then you put on a synthetic singlet inside. You put on the first one, and then the shirt, and then the suit. So you've blocked your body of where's the gas supposed to come out from? they're not able to easily go through what you're wearing because it's synthetic, it's polyester. They can't go through. This gas coming out of your body can easily go through from cotton. Because the Most High specifically made cotton for us to use it to make clothes. The creator of the body also made the garment that will be used to cover the body. Then you look at the style of dressing that we have. It's loose clothing, loose. A robe, loosed. A robe that goes down, very loose. You will never live long if you don't apply these things that I'm mentioning. What I'm telling you is biblical. How can you have life when you're doing all this, when we are doing all these things that are contrary to life? They are contrary to life. You cannot practice a lifestyle that is contrary to life and you expect to have life. Look at the system of clothes that the Most High gave us. A robe made of cotton, which allows the air, the gas, to go out. The gas that needs to leave needs to leave. Your body is a sophisticated machine. If not maintained very well, will break down. So there's a reason why the Most High told us to wear robes. Look at the way we dress today. Shirt, trouser, suit, trouser. They're too tight. The air cannot breathe. There's holes all over your body. And the Most High put those holes, that's where the sweat comes from. Because there's gas coming out. You can see the sweat. The only reason why you see the sweat is when you deny yourself enough oxygen. But as your body right now, if you're not sweating, there are oxygen coming out of your body. You can't even see it. You cannot see with your naked eyes. I don't even think that doctors know what I'm telling you right now. Because they themselves are wearing suit and tie and wearing all the stuff that they're wearing. Your man-made doctors, your medical doctors. So you wear all these tight things, mostly women, because women are wearing a lot more tight clothes. In the world that we live in today, it's not normal for a man to wear tight clothes, even though they are beginning to do it now. Young men are beginning to wear tight jeans, tight this and tight that. But women specifically wear tight clothes. How can you be healthy when you're wearing things that are so tight? Leggings is extremely popular today. Leggings are extremely popular. But leggings is not made of wool. Leggings is not made of linen. Leggings are made with polyester, a synthetic material. They don't use wool and cotton to make leggings. No, it's not going to work. Because this is not elastic. This is not elastic. Leggings, those tight things that women are wearing today, It's made of synthetic material. It's not natural. It's plastic. It's synthetic. If possible, I don't know. If possible, when you have time, if you have a polyester material, cut out a polyester, cut it out, and cut out a cotton, and get a matches and light them on fire. Just a small material. I want you to light the polyester. Don't put gasoline or anything. Don't put anything. Just bring a matches and just light the cotton and light the polyester and watch how they both burn. Watch how they burn. The cotton will burn and melt away because it's natural. When the cotton burns, it turns into ashes. The cotton will burn and turn into ashes. The polyester will burn and turn into, it's like a plastic. So you see a woman, she's wearing a tight jeans, tight bra inside, tight bra, tight this, tight that. How is this air or this gas supposed to come out of your body when you're wearing all this? So you're suppressing those gases in your body. You're suppressing it. Just like now, they have now told you to start suppressing the gas coming out of your mouth and your nose. It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same way they have now gotten you and us to start suppressing the gas coming out of our mouth and nose. When you talk, put your hand in your mouth. But mostly, when you talk, put your hand in your mouth and see if you feel something. You feel hot air. When you talk and you put your arm, you feel hot air. That hot air coming out is gas. These are things that keeps you alive. These gas need to come out. Now they told you to cover your nose and your mouth. It's not just your nose, but your mouth too. Covering your mouth is a problem. Because when you're covering your mouth and you're talking, look, feel the hot air coming out when you talk. Feel the hot air. That hot air coming out is not just natural air. These are gases that need to come out. And as these gases are coming out, the ones coming in are coming in, the ones coming out are coming out. That's how you get to stay alive. But now you cover your mouth, you cover your nose, and you're talking. That gas coming out of your mouth is now being suppressed. It's like taking something and covering half of a car exhaust. When you talk, you're not just talking. There's gas coming out. There's gas coming out of your body right now, but though you cannot see that one. You can feel the one I'm talking about in your mouth. You can feel it. You can feel the hot air. The one coming out from your skin you cannot see. But it's coming. So it goes in line with the way the Messiah told us to dress. By the way, that's how he dresses too. So when you dress the way he tells you to dress, it's natural. The airs are coming out, the gases are coming out and flowing out. This is how you get to be alive. You're not going to die right away when you dress like the Gentiles. No, you're not going to die right away, but you're slowly killing yourself. And things are going to get worse with this covering your nose thing. These are the reasons why you become fat. Because these oxygen need to go out. But these oxygens are being suppressed. And it stays in your body. And it does damages in your body. And you wonder why people have so much cancer. The oxygen that's supposed to go out are not going out. They keep building up slowly in your body. A woman is supposed to wear something loose. Find other natural way to carry your breast. They are man-made bra with that iron that it has. That thing is not good for you. I'm not saying you should start walking around with your nipple sticking out. A lot of so-called black women are so whorish. They put on their clothes and you can see their nipples. That's not good. You're seducing men. Because when we see your nipples, it turns us on and we want to have sex with you. And you wonder why you've gone through 75 men in your life and none of them is around. Because they keep seeing your nipples and your tight jeans and your tight that, and they wanted to have sex with you. And when they're done, they're gone. So you cannot do because you want to be natural. Now you just take some cloth and you put the cloth on and your nipple is hanging out. When men see that, they want to have sex with you. You can only do that if you're a whore. So there are other natural ways. You have YouTube. There's so much knowledge now. Like the Bible says in Daniel chapter 12, that knowledge will increase. Find natural ways of carrying your breast, making sure that your nipple is covered, because it turns men on. When a real man sees your nipple, he's thinking about sex. He doesn't care how old you are. He's thinking about getting on top of you. So just because you should be careful with man-made bra and try to be more natural doesn't mean you should let your nipple be out. These things, they don't, it seems so, everything I'm mentioning right now seems like it's not a big deal. But when you put it all together, it's a big deal. It determines whether you're going to have a good life or not, healthy lives or not. When you're constantly covering your leg, constantly wearing all these clothes that you're wearing, when you piece all these things together, it's a big deal. You see your average, especially so-called black woman today, tight jeans, tight this, tight that. No, your private part needs a break. Your private part, your vagina doesn't need to be to have that jeans be strangling it. Pull up this tight jean just because everybody else is wearing it. You pull up a tight jean. Your body is not breathing. The oxygen is not coming out because you're wearing a tight jeans. Your body is confused. This is part of the reason why you get fat. And then plus other disease that comes after that. So you keep pulling up these tight jeans, you pull it up, and then you zip it up. No, your vagina has to breathe. You need some break, you need some air. You need some air. And that can be achieved with wearing a dress. These little things, with time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, if you keep doing these things, you will eventually have this disease or that disease. Because your body is not functioning the way it's supposed to. Your body cannot function the way it's supposed to when you are constantly wearing shoe, everyday shoe. Try start buying sandals. There's a lot of nice sandals out there. Your body cannot function normally when you're constantly wearing tight clothes, even as a man. Don't be wearing underwear. When you wear underwear, it's so tight. No. If you are a man, buy boxers, short knickers, boxers. Give your body a break to be free and breathe and relax. Who told you to put on an underwear? Who told you to put on an underwear? You put it on and you pull it up. It's all tight. Tight everywhere. Tight. Everything tight. No, that's not natural. Do you think that our ancestor was wearing underwear, like pant or panties? My people perish for lack of knowledge. All this garbage, all this rubbish we have learned from the Europeans, we must reject all this nonsense and make sure that we pass it down to the young people. There are devastating health consequences that come out of all this. And the Most High just ignores us. The Most High God has abandoned us. You want to follow the Gentiles? Go ahead. Go follow them. Go and follow them. The Most High made the Europeans this way. The Most High made them like this. When our ancestors came out of Egypt, the Canaanites were there. The Canaanite was around. The Most High told our ancestors, don't act like the Canaanite. The Most High told our ancestors, you see all these nations? You see all these nations? I am leaving them. I'm leaving them around you. I will not destroy them. It's like a test. I'm leaving them like that. I will leave them the way they are. Don't be like them. It's the same thing. The Most High does not change. Same thing. Look at the heathens. They're very, very diseased out. They're diseased. The most wisest and the most knowledgeable doctors, their PhD doesn't know what I'm telling you today. These so-called doctors and PhD and doctor this and doctor that, their mouth will be open hearing what I'm sharing with you today. And they themselves will start practicing what I'm sharing with you right now. These people don't know how your body functions. They don't understand how the Most High created you. Look at the doctors themselves. They have this cancer. They are suffering from all this disease. I saw some information some time ago that these doctors are so sick. They're very sick. They did a study about the health of doctors. Your doctors are very sick. How come they can't cure themselves? Because what you're getting today is not a worldly medical information. This is the heavenly medical information. Divine medical information. divine medical knowledge, divine Hebrew medical knowledge. You think that the Most High was, what did I tell you? I told you that the Most High has nothing to gain when we keep the law. What do you think the Most High gain when I keep the law? He doesn't gain anything. The law was given for our own good. When the Most High asks us to do something, when the Most High asks us to do something, when the Most High asks us to do something, He's asking us to do it for our own good. For our own good. Okay. So, there are devastating health consequences. And what had happened is that the situation right now, our situation right now, as it stands right now, is that the Most High have intentionally kept quiet, as our brother read. As he read, our Heavenly Father has intentionally kept quiet. And just let us do whatever we want to do. It is now our time to start thinking like Daniel. We start thinking like Daniel. These Gentiles don't understand these things. Like as I was saying before the interruption, the Most High has nothing to gain when I keep the law, or when you keep the law. The laws was given for our own good. I would never have known these things if not for the law. So like Paul said in Romans chapter 7, from verse 1 to 3, Romans chapter 7, I speak to those that know the law. Anybody who doesn't want to keep the law, I don't want them to hear this. Notice how we started with the new year. So all those that hate the Most High, all those who don't want to use his calendar, they will not listen to this. I know, they won't. Because we started with the biblical new year, when the new year begins. So that will turn people off. They don't want to hear that. All this valuable information that are in this, they will not be able to get it. I want you to think and reconsider. So you see all these small, little things, like what happens when you wear your clothes, the oxygen, the air, the gas that comes out of your mouth when you talk, the fact that you need to try to step on the ground once in a while, because you get life from these natural things. You get life from the sun. That's what sometimes I will intentionally expose myself to the sun and expose my eyes to the sun. We can only be alive by tapping in through these natural things. Through the water you drink. Make sure it's not a man-made synthetic altered water. Through the food you eat. Through the clothes you wear. And how you wear it. These things are very important, my brothers and sisters. If you apply these things, I told you you will get at least 10 to 20 years extra. When your children know these things, they will get even more. Because when we practice what everybody else is practicing, when we live like everybody else, our body is slowly deteriorating. Because our body doesn't get enough of life. Our body is lacking of life. The life that comes from the food. Because we eat a lot of food that doesn't have life. Banana has life. Orange has life. Orange is alive. Banana is alive. All these fruit, they are alive. Your peanut is alive. But because we eat so much, majority of our food is a dead food. Most of our food are dead food. So we're not able to get enough life. We cover our leg all the time. We cover our body all the time. Now we're covering our mouth and our nose. So your body has your body is struggling to get life. And eventually you will lose the life you have. You're not able to have good life or good health. This is why the Most High gave us medicine. Sirach 38. He gave us natural medicine. Herbal medicine. Because there's life in them. Our food is, natural plant medicine that has life. Our food. The medicine that we take is natural, plant. The water we drink comes from the ground. The animals we eat ate grass from the ground. The clothes we wear supposed to come from cotton or wool. So with the Most High, it's all about natural. The Most High created nature, like as I said before. And those that love the Most High and love themselves will gravitate towards that nature. The Europeans are doing the opposite. They are always obsessed with altering and changing the natural things that the Most High created. How do we take something natural and make it unnatural? They are always doing that because they are the seed of Satan. I told you, I don't wear jeans. I do not wear jeans. I don't wear jeans. So unfortunately, most people will not understand or accept this. And the result will be continuous health issues, health problems. So I thank our Heavenly Father for opening our eyes and giving us the opportunity to understand these things. If possible, begin to apply these things. Begin to apply them. There are some things that I did not mention, but there's no way I'll probably be able to mention everything. Listen, women, you see Gentile? They shave their legs. Are you shaving your leg because the Most High made a mistake by giving you hair in your leg? There are people that shave their leg completely. There's a reason why the Most High put hair in your leg. But today people are shaving their hair because Gentiles are shaving their hair. I'm talking about as a woman. Don't take something and shave off all the hair in your leg. There's a reason why the Most High put that hair in your leg. If you feel like you don't like people to see the hair in your leg, then wear a dress that goes all the way down. If the hair in your leg is growing way too much, like your hair, then trim it. But you have to have some hair in your body. You cannot take a razor blade or shaving stick and just sit and shave off every hair in your leg because the Gentiles are doing the same. No, there's a reason why your Creator gave you that hair. Don't do it just because the Gentiles are doing it. The Most High gave us these things like the nails, your nails. Your nails and my nails are designed to keep growing. It doesn't make sense for me to take off my nails, take it off completely. No, you can cut your nails. You can trim your nails and cut your nails. You have to have a nail because that is the will of the Most High. Your Creator intends for you to have a nail in your fingers and my fingers. Do we cut off our nails? No. We trim it. We cut it and trim it. So if you're a woman and you're developing hair in your leg, just trim it. Don't get rid of the whole hair. There's a reason why it's there. Same thing with men. Your beard. There's a reason why the Most High gave us beard. Don't shave off all your beard. The Most High put these things in us. There are purposes for these things that He put in us. So when I reject them, that means I don't agree with the Most High. I don't like the way He created me. I don't care what His will is, the way He wants me to look. I will look the way I want to look. I thank our Heavenly Father for everything. My prayer is that those that want to keep the law, those who are keeping the law, those who would like to keep the law, I pray that this will be a blessing for them and they will make appropriate changes. Those who don't want to keep the law of the Most High, I pray that this will not be any good for them. Every information that I presented today, I pray that it will not benefit anybody who doesn't keep the law, who doesn't want to keep the law. I pray that anybody who doesn't want to keep the law will not be interested in this information. And they will continue to live their life the way they've been living their life and will eventually suffer and die in pain like everyone else. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. I give the Most High all glory and all the honor. May peace and blessings be upon those who acknowledge the Most High, those who keep His laws. May good health and peace go to those who are going back to the old ways, like the Most High told us in the book of Jeremiah chapter 6, 16 to 22. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16 to 22. The Most High told us to go back to the old ways. Go back to the old ways. That's what this is all about. Going back to that ancient ways. Because that is the only way we're going to get good health and find rest for our soul. All praises to our Heavenly Father. I give the Most High all the glory and all the honor. Thank the Most High for opening our eyes and giving us the opportunity to understand these things. Now it's time for us to take His law seriously. Because if we don't take His law seriously, if we don't keep His laws, none of this will work for us. So all praises to our Heavenly